Yo! You're not ready for this, the forbidden red notebook. You're not going to believe what the police pulled out of Luigi Mangione's backpack and why his defense team is fighting like hell to keep the world from ever seeing what's inside. All of a sudden, late yesterday, the defense team for Luigi Mangione writing to the judge to stop the prosecution from using certain evidence at an upcoming hearing. The police took a red notebook and other personal writings from Luigi's backpack in Pennsylvania. The defense say the prosecution should not be allowed to use anything written inside that notebook or any other the notes or papers found with it. So yeah, you heard me loud and clear. At the very last minute, the defense team for Luigi Mangione is urgently begging the judge to stop the prosecution from exposing the contents of a super mysterious red notebook police say they pulled out of Luigi Mangione's backpack. The defense say anything written inside that mysterious red notebook should be totally off limits. They're practically shouting, fine, you can look at the outside of the notebook, but the inside must stay sealed. And here's where it gets dramatic. They're absolutely terrified of the word manifesto. And on top of everything, the defense wants two specific Altoona police officers, the ones involved in the questionable search, to show up and testify in person. They want the judge to order the DA's office to get those officers into court so the defense can question exactly what they did and how they did it. Furthermore, the defense brings up the problems with the prosecution's witness list. Earlier in the year, prosecutors notified Luigi Mangione's lawyers that they intended to use 35 statements supposedly made by him, but when the defense compared that to the witness list, some of the statements didn't have a matching witness. That means the prosecution has statements they want to use, but no person listed who can actually testify to them. The defense emailed the prosecution asking for clarification, but they did not get a response. Now they want the judge to force the district attorney's office to clearly state which statements they still plan to use and whether the corresponding witnesses will actually appear. The defense also felt like some witnesses listed by the prosecution don't seem relevant to the hearings coming up. So they are asking the court to clarify what role those witnesses would play. The defense also wants Luigi Mangione to be unshackled while the hearing is happening, so he can take notes, communicate with his lawyers, and participate meaningfully. If full removal of the restraints is not allowed, they ask that at least one hand be freed so he can write. They also requested that all personal information, his home address, social security number, emergency contacts, be removed from any documents, videos, or evidence shown at the hearing. Everything in this letter is the defense throwing up every legal shield they can find, keeping the mysterious red notebook sealed, forcing the prosecution to clean up their witness list, getting Luigi off the shackles, and making sure the officers who handled that backpack get put on the stand. Just like any criminal cases, Luigi's defense obviously has the right to ask the judge for an order that ensures fairness or prevents the prosecution from gaining an unfair advantage. That includes asking the court to limit the evidence, force the prosecution to clarify things, restrict certain language, require witnesses to appear, and even control how the defendant is physically presented in court. Judges do not automatically grant these requests. Each one has to be justified with legal arguments. Just to be clear, at this hearing, all the evidence is not introduced to the jury. It is introduced to Judge Cotto only. These hearings are not jury trials. No jury is present. No verdict is being decided. Nothing is being shown to convict anyone. The public and the media are allowed because it's part of open courts. Even though it's not a trial, courtroom hearings are still public unless a judge orders them sealed. That's why on December 1st, any media can sit in, observers can sit in, anyone literally walk in off the streets. As you can see from Luigi's last court appearance, many Luigi fans decided to camp out on the sidewalks as long as 30 hours in advance to grab the prime spots so they can be first in line. But crucially, it's still just a hearing, not the trial. Think of it like, let's figure out what evidence we're allowed to use on game day. But December 1st, as powerful as it may be still, is not the game itself. Suppression hearings always happen before the actual trial. The judge hears the evidence to decide whether the jury will ever see it. So yes, Judge Cotto must see the notebook, the videos, the statements, the body cams, everything. But the public seeing it does not mean the jury will. The jury hears nothing until months later at trial. Only the evidence the judge approves. You may ask, why doesn't the judge just review the evidence privately? Because the law requires transparency. Open courts prevent secret evidence, secret rulings, abuse of power, one side whispering something to the judge. It protects both sides. The defense can cross-examine police. The public can watch fairness happen. The judge cannot hide the basis of his decision. So, if the judge decides to suppress the evidence, then it will disappear from the trial completely. Yeah, poof! Just like that. Even if the public saw it, it cannot be used, cannot be shown to the jury, cannot be read aloud, cannot be referenced, cannot be hinted at, cannot be worked around. It's like it never existed. The jury will never know it happened. Professionally speaking, this letter seems last minute as hell. The defense is asking for multiple big things all at once, and they wrote to the judge until right before a holiday weekend. It's bizarre, especially considering the stakes and all the time they had. Almost everyone on Planet Luigi knows that this suppression hearing has been scheduled months ago. And looking at the motion, it looks like the defense is slamming on the brakes right as the car is already halfway off the cliff. Suddenly, panic sets in. Suddenly, everything is urgent. Suddenly, the hearing they've known about forever is a major crisis. So now, here we are, with the clock ticking down. With Thanksgiving holiday, they literally only have today and Friday, literally 2 business days before showtime. They're scrambling, filing this letter super last minute like they just discovered this hearing exists. It's so wild. Nobody knows what's coming. But whatever happens on December 1st, it's going to be crazy, explosive. And the craziest part, whatever happens in that courtroom will echo way beyond the walls. And nobody, not the prosecutors, not the defense, not the media frothing at the door, can predict the fallout. Whether Judge Cotto cracks it open or locks it down could literally change everything. The state's case, the public narrative, the jury pool, all of it. And the wildest part, in just a few days away, we're going to watch this showdown unfold in real time right there in open court. The mysterious notebook is not the only thing under a microscope. The entire system is about to be tested. Mark your calendar, people. So far, here's the plan as of today, Monday, December 1st, Tuesday, December 2nd. Then nothing is going on Wednesday, December 3rd. And the final day is Thursday, December 4th. This December suppression hearing will be the moment that can potentially change everything. Oh, a little bird told me that the prosecutors plan to bring 28 witnesses, plus a body cam, too. Woo-wee! Buckle up, because the next chapter is about to hit like a sledgehammer. Boom, boom, out.